News 46 is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, a union president pleads for a budget plan at today's meeting. A veteran with an injured dog needs your help. And CASA holds a seminar to help drug-endangered kids. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, April 21st, 2015. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. The Board of County Commissioners meeting heated up today when David Berukowitz, who's the president of the Nye County Law Enforcement Association, and Nye County Commissioner Dan Chinhoffen mixed words after the commissioners proposed a furlough day for deputies.
Being represented that we're not looking at it or we haven't addressed it is crap, and you know it is. We've looked at it.
We were never involved in that conversation. What do you expect us to feel?
So,
don't you think we should be involved in that?
And that's the difference. Who's elected to make that decision?
The problem is, if you're elected to make that decision, then who's elected to protect the employees?
We.
No one.
Because you, as a citizen, elected me to make those decisions. Now,
I agree.
as a union member,
you're
a super
I promise you we'll take care of it.
Gentlemen,
you never supported me two times, so I don't care.
Dave, gentlemen.
This morning at the BOCC meeting, I went as the president of the Nye County Law Enforcement Association. We represent all of the non-management law enforcement here in Nye County. And we wanted the commissioners to know that we're willing to take concessions to help the budget crisis here in Nye County. However, we want to do it under the complete picture of fixing the budget problems, because repeatedly we're in front of the commissioners being asked for concessions as employees, and we want them to fix the budget problem. Whatever that fix is, we're happy to be a part of the solution. We're happy to sit down with them, negotiate it, and that was our message today. The employees we represent have not had a cost of living increase since 2007, so our cops are still making the wages that they were. Our pay scale is the exact same as it was 8 years ago, and so we've done our part. Times were good in between those 8 years. It hasn't all been bad. Times were good, and we still didn't take a pay scale adjustment. So we wanted them to know today that we're willing to make concessions, but we want them to fix the budget. We're citizens here too. We pay the same taxes as everyone else, and we want to fix the budget problem. We don't want a broken budget any longer.
What seems to be the holdup?
I don't know. The county's not really good at talking to us. They had proposed that either a furlough or a pay freeze in the last commissioners meeting, and so they asked us about it, and we came back and asked them to come up with a solution instead to fix the budget, that we'd like to sit down and come with an actual resolution. And so I'm not sure what the problem is.
Are you looking for something that you can depend on, you can rely on, you know what your budget's going to be, and that you're not going to have any shortfalls coming up?
Right. I mean, just like a personal budget, we want to live within our means in the county so that we can live within our means. Unfortunately, when the county asks for a concession, such as a 4% cut, that means our employees who have budgeted their own personal lives without failure now are being asked to figure a way to come up with less money. And that's one of those things that waiting till the month before a budget is due is not really fair to our employees to say, hey, and now we want you to take a pay cut for the rest of your year. How about we meet in October and fix this problem? And they still really don't have a fix. When we met with them, it's still projected out that for the next couple of years, we're still going to have a shortfall even if we take concessions. And that was our message today, is that we are happy to help out. We understand times are tough, but we want a resolution. We want them to budget an actual budget that's going to be balanced.
And we'll have more with Commissioner Chinhoffen on tomorrow night's broadcast. CASA is holding a very important meeting tomorrow to talk about drug-endangered kids.
We're here today to talk about the Drug Endangered Children Seminar that's coming up on Wednesday, April the 22nd, at the Coalition from 6 to 8. And it's geared primarily to first responders, However, the entire public is invited. It's a free seminar, and you know, the more that everyone knows about the insidious thing called drugs that has befallen the human race, and even more so here in this town, the better. So we do invite everyone to it. It's sponsored by ACT, Alliance for Children Today, which is composed of individuals from agencies serving children in our community. So we invite everyone to come. It's very important. We already have about 50 people registered. So we ask them to please call 775-513-9514 to make a reservation. Refreshments will be served, so we do need to know how many are going to be there.
Bluebell Creameries in Texas has issued a voluntary recall of all of their products because of a listeria outbreak. Markets are giving full refunds for returned products. The bacteria Listeria monocyte genes can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections in young children, the elderly, and others with weak immune systems. Their products include ice cream, yogurt, and frozen snacks. The products were sold throughout the United States. At least 5 people have reportedly been treated for listeria after testing positive associated with this product. When we return from this break, we'll have an update from our sheriff.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. We caught up with Sheriff Sharon Worley at her 100-day mark to speak to her about the changes within the department. Today, she talks about streamlining the office space in order to run more efficiently.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to bring the sheriff's office the next tier up into the 20th or the 21st century. And most everything is done now so that if I want to pull up someone's training, all I have to do is go in and hit a couple of buttons, and I have their training from the day that they started until today.
Not just in here within the Nye County Sheriff's Office, but search and rescue, the Sheriff's Auxiliary units, and associated entities.
Yes, all of the auxiliary forces, the volunteer forces, are going to be in the same program. So we'll be able to track their training. We'll be able to track their knowledge of the policies and procedures of the Nye County Sheriff's Office. And we can customize training if we want to, or we can use a standardized training. In each case, we have a level of excellence that we want to meet. We have the minimum standards, and of course, then we have an excellent standard, and that's where we're going.
You've also done some just changing around of the office spaces.
Yes, I have. When we came in, the report writing rooms where the deputies come in and they do their reports after their shifts, that was actually their break room. And we felt that they needed a break room. And so what we did is looked around and we found that there were 3 offices being used for storage, that we condensed them down to 1 office, and our guys were really, really good about that. We condensed them down to 1 office, and that opened up a huge area. So now they have not only a report writing room, but where they can package all of their evidence and whatnot all at one time. They don't have to go into another area to do anything. So that frees up a little bit more of their time.
And that's important when you're trying to organize cases.
Yes, it is. To keep the case together and make sure that the evidence is attached to the right case. If you can do that and lay everything out in one place, you're just so much better off.
And more in the coming days with our sheriff. Buddy the dog needs your help. His owner is only a few $100s away from bringing the 4-month-old puppy home from the veterinary hospital after surgery for a badly broken leg.
I rescued him from a recent pit bull attack owner. He was kept up in a kennel, malnourished, had worms. He was dropped off in a crate at a friend of mine's house. and I got him back to health. I use him as a military PTSD support dog. And he was following me on the trailer one day and slipped and fell off one of the trailer steps and broke his leg and dislocated it.
He actually got his toenail stuck in the grate?
Yeah, from the toenails that were broken off, it looked like he got his toenail stuck in it when he fell off.
So Buddy has incurred some vet bills, and tell me about you were telling me what kind of fracture this is.
It's I can't really remember the exact name, but I think it's condylar fracture in the elbow of the right leg. I had two opinions done on him. The first opinion was it was just one fracture in the upper elbow and it was dislocated. When I brought him to the hospital today, he said that there was some fragments on it that was dislodged, and the growth plate might be messed up a little bit. He's going to try to put 2 screws in it and a mesh plate and hope for the best.
The vet called you from there and told you about another complication.
Yes, the vet called me just a little while ago and said while he was on the operating table, he started having fluid come out of his nose, and he was having diarrhea, and he thinks he might have parvo. So they're going to give him a shot of parvo and see if anything happens.
So he already was vaccinated for parvo?
Yes, about a month ago I took him in when I rescued him from his last home. I got all his vaccinations, got a parvo test, it came up negative, and he was doing great right before I took him up there.
So hopefully this isn't parvo, and hopefully he will recover completely from this. There's complications, but you've made a GoFundMe account to help him out.
Yes, I have. I made a GoFundMe account. It's linked to my Facebook. They can search up my first and last name, John Lawson, on Facebook. It's posted on Pay It Forward, Pets of Pahrump. It's on just about everything on Facebook I could find.
So how much is this bill coming to right now?
About $2,200.
The vet generously took the dog in and is performing the surgery because you've had some donations, but you can't get him out until the rest of the bill's paid?
Yes, I can't take the dog out until I pay the full bill, and the GoFundMe account seems to be working pretty well from a lot of generous donations. We're down about $600-700 until the full bill is paid.
So that's what you need now?
Yes.
And then hopefully we'll get Buddy back home?
Yes, I hope. I'm hoping if everything goes right, I can bring him home tomorrow.
For those that don't have internet or would just like to donate straight to this fund, do you have the name of the animal hospital?
Yes, it's Cheyenne West Animal Hospital, and they can contact Dr. Maurer, and the phone number is 702-395-1800.
I like to play with him. I like to play with him all the time. I'm sad that he's hurt. Well, I love my dog.
And good news late this afternoon, Buddy has been cleared from the possibility of having parvo. He is recovering well at this time from his surgery. Nye Communities Coalition is having an event that teaches how to avoid the dark side of social media.
Well, Sergeant Raymond Spencer from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department will be out here next Thursday on the 23rd from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Activity Center doing his presentation called The Dark Side of Social Media.
So tell me what that consists of.
The dark side of social media focuses on educating parents and our youth about the dangers of social media that they may not be aware of.
There's a lot of bullying, cyber stalking, things like that going on. Is that some of the things he's going to be addressing?
Yes. Sergeant Raymond is over the internet crimes for children, which is part of the sexual assault unit. So he does focus on bullying as well as different types of sexual predation and just making sure that our parents it's absolutely free.
So is that Nye Communities Coalition? What's the date and time?
The date is the 23rd from 6 to 8 p.m.
And where's the location on the Nye Communities Coalition?
It's at 1020 Wilson Road inside the Activity Center.
For more information, a number to call?
775-727-9970.
An Act of Kindness Award was presented today. We'll tell you all about it when we return.